Cars have been racing through Monaco's streets since 1929, and this weekend is no exception, as we get to watch the new generation of world-class drivers take over Monte Carlo. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. Monaco is famous for its many narrow twists and corners. From the brake-heavy Le Rascasse to the treacherous Sand of Ott, there are no proper straights to speak of, and it's extremely hard to overtake here. It sounds like simple advice, but getting up as high on that starting grid as possible is the best plan of attack. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell. We'll be kicking off today with the final practice before moving on to the qualifying session. The teams will be looking to build on yesterday's momentum. Having seen how the cars and drivers are reacting to the circuit, they have a little more time to make some final changes. But by the end of the day, we'll know exactly how the drivers will be lining up on the grid for tomorrow's race. So here we are, ready to resume. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Red Bull did well during qualifying this weekend. They're in a solid position to seize any opportunities as the race begins. McLaren's performance during qualifying was stellar. They're in pretty much the ideal position for the race. The weather is very overcast here, and teams are staring at the sky watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
And you can't get much more excitement than this on race day. It's the Monaco Grand Prix. The drivers have now taken position on the grid, and it's looking like a cloudy day. Looking at Red Bull. A second place start for them today. They're in with a real chance. And here's the second Red Bull driver. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. And we're just moments away now. We're here and the streets are abuzz at the Monaco Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Red flag, red flag.
We can take a look now. Now just focus on the Haas. Not for the first time today, the drivers are lined up, awaiting the lights. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Fastest car on track.
We've just had a crash on the track. Here's the replay. Now just take a look at the McLaren.
Let's back off. We need to box.
So box this lap.
Gale and
Understood.
Red Bull gained a place. Let's have a look. We're just watching the Red Bull. Moving up a place there. Excellent work from them. I think it's safe to say that went down well with the team. Red Bull moved up. Let's see what happened there. We're just watching the Red Bull. Goodness me, there they go, moving ahead of the other driver. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted. Let's take a look at the replay. We're just watching the Red Bull. Gaining a position there. They make it look so easy. Back in the garage, the team absolutely loved it. We can take a look now. We're just watching the Red Bull. And they get past, which moves them up a position. The team watching on and clearly loving that. Ferrari advance the race position. Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place. Was that a lock-up on the track?
So last lap. That's the checkered flag.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
It's a solid result here for Red Bull's driver. Red Bull have come very close to a good performance here, so I expect they'll be doing some tweaking after this.
There will definitely be some lessons to learn for them, but this was solid work.
At the end of the weekend, it's second place in the constructor standings for them.
Next time, the teams will be racing through the streets of another city. Join us in Baku on the shores of the Caspian Sea for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.